Hi, welcome to Business Forward. This is Travis Markwood with the Lancaster-Fairfield County Chamber of Commerce, and we're here today for this episode, and we're at the Candy Cottage, of course, a favorite here in Lancaster, and we're with Alice DeBow. She's the owner-operator of the Candy Cottage. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Good.
And here we are filming in November, standing outside, and it is quite comfortable, am I right?
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Could we have it all the rest of the winter just like
I know,
this?
that'd be all right, wouldn't it? Let's talk a little bit about your business. This is a long time kind of staple here in Lancaster, and the Candy Cottage has been around for a while. Let's tell me a little bit about the history.
Sure. It's been around since the 1960s. It started out on Main Street. It was started by a woman named Florence Stotler, and it's gone through a couple of different owners through the years. And I've just started. I started the business back here in 2008. I purchased it from Lisa Morris, so it was neat. With Barb and Norma were the owners previous to that, and it's been nice to see all the different changes just through the years. And I've really enjoyed. I think it's going on 8 years now. So,
Okay.
but we're pretty much doing the same thing that we always have, making candy. We roast nuts every Tuesday. I don't think a whole lot's changed other than, the prices have gone up and
Sure.
there's some new trends. But yeah, we're really enjoying it. And we just moved here to our new location about 2 months ago.
Right.
So
yeah. We've been cutting out here. It was a great turnout.
we did have a great turnout. So we're really fortunate to be out here. It's something that we've been wanting to do for quite some time. We had outgrown our facility, and we knew that there were some things that we definitely needed to change. So here we have parking, lots of parking.
Uh-huh.
We have handicap accessibility, which is really important to us.
Sure.
Our product line has changed a little bit, so we really needed a bigger place to actually produce product. A lot more peanuts being made, so we have another kitchen that we actually can do for roasting. And I don't know. I just think that it was time. Lloyd Helber was just awesome and helping us get over here.
And he's the person, he owns the facility here,
Yeah,
right?
Yes, he's our landlord,
Uh-huh.
and he just had this incredible team, not only his staff, but Eversol Builders built the building, and we had, I think it was Miller, plumbing, and just all of these different people. And I think what's so neat about it is that each one of them kind of completed this process in getting us into this brand new building, and I don't think we could have done it without him, really. So I know I kind of got off the history, but I think we're just so excited about moving forward.
Yeah. Absolutely. Now, going back in the history, you said not much has changed. So even when the company or the shop was started in the 60s, they were making handmade candies and things like that.
Yeah.
Is there anything that has changed in terms of something they maybe carried back then that kind of phased out in popularity, or
Sure, absolutely. Well, one of the things that we do at the Candy Cottage is not only just make handmade candy and do nuts, but we also sell like cake supplies and candy making supplies. And some of those trends have changed over the years. And one of the things that's changed quite a bit is the Pinterest and
yeah.
Googling images and things like that. So a lot of the prepackaged cake toppers and things like that, they just don't really make those as much anymore because
Yeah.
people are going to hand make them.
Sure.
So
Pinterest, social media, I mean, I think that teases a lot of people into the thought that they can do more than what they can. I've seen those like Pinterest fails before
Yes.
too, which are good,
Yes.
but I'm sure you coach folks along and are able to help them.
We definitely try.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, I know we want to see more of the facility because it's your brand new shop here. We're going to go into the retail section, and then we want to go in the back and check out some of the operations. So
Absolutely.
why don't we head in and take a look?
Great.
Welcome back to Business Forward. Again, I'm Travis Markwood with the Lancaster-Fairfield County Chamber of Commerce. And again, we're here at Candy Cottage, and this is the owner-operator, Alice. Alice, we've stepped inside to your brand new facility, and I got to say, this is just such a nice area, for your shop to be in. We're in the retail space right now.
We are, yes.
Let's talk a little bit. I see all kinds of things that, well, frankly, I wouldn't mind eating right this moment. Some things that are used for cake preparation and a lot of different things. Talk to me a little bit about what you have here.
Sure. When you walk into the space, there's a lot to look at, so I know it gets to be a little bit overwhelming, but when you walk in the entrance, what you'll see first off is a lot of our candy molds and our cake decorating supplies. And then as you come further in, we carry the boxes and the boards that once you prepare your items that you can actually put those in.
Okay.
And then on the opposite side, this is more of our candy making side. So this has the candy melts and a lot of the flavors and different colors and some of the decorating tools.
Okay.
And as you move forward, this is where one of my favorite areas, because this is the area where we do a lot of our handmade candies. So we make about 30 to 35 different kinds of handmade candy, along with a lot of the what we would call like novelties for Christmas, Easter, Halloween, some of the fun little Oreo cookie kind of things. And then we also have a nice assortment of roasted nuts that we do on Tuesday. Our Jumbo Redskins are pretty well known from way back, but they do serve a lot of the clubs in the area. But then we also carry a lot of like cashews and raw nuts and almonds and things like that. So that's back here, and then we also carry a pretty wide variety of what we would call a panned item, which is just like chocolate-covered cherries or pretzels or things like that. So there's really a lot for everyone. We also have gummy bears, and so gumballs. Just the Bean Boozled's really, people love doing the little Bean Boozled.
Just saw that like on the news or something earlier, so it's
that's really popular
caught on
right
with the
now.
younger kids, right?
Absolutely. But I'm not going to do that. No, thank you.
I think our video guy back there, I saw he has some in his vehicle out there.
He does?
Yeah, he's a big band.
Okay, maybe we should go up for a
fan.
challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. But, I have to say, as a customer of the Candy Cottage, I like to come in, and these fresh roasted peanuts that you guys have on Tuesday are fantastic. Talk a little bit, because I like the spicy ones, so you guys have that, right?
We do, yes. That's something that's gotten really popular. It's the Cajun peanuts, and once we roast the peanuts, we actually put a Cajun and a cayenne spice on there. And the joke was that it was a one sneeze or a two sneeze, because you would start to sneeze, so you can get them hot or you can get them extra hot.
Right.
So, and we do make those here right on the spot for you.
Absolutely. Now, you've sourced a lot of this from a lot of different areas. I imagine a lot of different suppliers you're working with to get the appropriate products in here?
Absolutely. I think probably one of the most well-known is Wilton. I think people have used Wilton for a really long time, but we also deal with some what we would call a little bit higher end or more of a commercial brand. So we deal with like Fat Daddy-O, which is kind of a funny name, but they have a brand new fondant line, which is just incredible. We have some of their pans. Then we also deal with Bakery Crafts, who is actually an Ohio company, and they have a lot of like the little rings and the picks and things like that. And what's great about coming here for those versus somewhere else is that you can buy them one at a time. Often you go into a grocery store and you're going to have to buy 25, 30 of them. And you may not need that many. And it's kind of the same thing with our handmade candy here. And we love that people can come in and buy one piece of candy, two pieces of candy, quarter pound, half pound, and you get to pick what you want to do that. And I think that's probably one of the greatest things that I love is that people can really come in and get what they want. They can customize it. We do a lot of corporate gifts. We do logos for different clients. We've done weddings. So it's just really neat to see people come in and see what we can create for them.
How about the first time, like kind of amateur cake maker or want to make one for my kid's birthday? How much coaching do you guys do, or do you have any training that you offer to folks?
We do. We actually do quite a bit of coaching. I think that's something that's really close to my heart, is having people come in and ask those questions. And I think that customer service is really important, doing the one-on-one. So we do try that. We also have classes. Unfortunately, we don't have those prepared for the rest of this year, but we will next year. But it's cake decorating classes, and it basically teaches the beginning all the way up to the fondant making and things like that. And we also have a candy making class, and we hope that we'll be able to start those probably early, February.
Excellent. Well, I know a big part of your decision to move into a new facility was to have a little more operating space, if you will, or production space.
Absolutely.
And I know we want to go take a look at that, because you've kind of created a state-of-the-art production area back here. We want to go take a look at that. So why don't we head back there, and we'll show the folks what that's all about. Hi, welcome to the Young Professional segment of the show. This is sponsored by Cryo Communications. And today, the Young Professional Spotlight, we have AJ Lacefield, and AJ works for the County Economic Development Department. AJ, tell me a little bit about what is your role there?
Well, I'm the assistant in Fairfield County Economic Development. So basically, I run a couple funds, make sure everything is in order. The revolving loan fund, some different agencies. I work with small businesses to get them to know the area better and all that stuff.
Excellent. Now, AJ, you're not originally from Lancaster. Tell us a little bit about how you ended up here, where you went to school, and
Okay.
and kind of your story as to how you ended up here in Fairfield County.
All right. Well, I grew up a lot of different places. I was born in Madison, Wisconsin. My mom's a minister, so we moved around a lot. I grew up mostly in Youngstown, Ohio, just south of there. And I went to Heidelberg University, which is in Northwest Ohio, near Tiffin, Ohio.
Sure.
Graduated last December, Bachelor of Arts degree. We moved down into Lancaster about a year ago. My mom moved down here, so after I graduated college, have to come back to home and figure out what I want to do. And then there was a job opening. I applied, and the rest is history.
The rest is history.
Yeah.
Now, there's been some change in the Economic Development Department there, and just about the time you came on, we had a couple long-time employees. Linda Kaufman was leaving, and Bob Clark has decided to move on and do some different things. So you're left to your own accord up there in the Economic Development, but you've been doing a really nice job.
Thank you.
Tell me about some of the things on a daily basis that you've been handling.
I get a lot of phone calls and emails referring them to different departments because everyone wants to call us.
Right.
I do a lot of billing and invoicing for the monthly loans that we have to do, so I'm getting really good at accounting. I wasn't an accounting major at all, but
Yeah.
I'm starting to know all that.
Yeah.
Other than that, just seeing what I can do to help the county.
Sure. Now, you work a lot, too, with the Fairfield 33 Development Alliance.
Yes.
That's one function that the department works on. So, I know you've been involved in that. Now, you've got a new Economic Development Director coming in to the office, and that's Rick Zabrak. Most people know them. Looking forward to working with Rick.
Yeah, I'm excited. I was able to meet him for a little bit 2 weeks ago, and I'm very excited for him to start in January.
Excellent. Well, we've gotten a little background on what you do and how you got here, and we're certainly glad to have you in the community, AJ. Tell us a little bit about what you like to do in your free time.
That's a great question. I like sports a lot, so I love playing soccer, watching sports, going to sporting events, and I love traveling.
Okay.
I like traveling, seeing different places around the country and the world. So.
Excellent. Well, we look forward to partnering with you and working with you through the Economic Development Department. It's been a pleasure having you on the Young Professional Spotlight.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching the Young Professional Spotlight, sponsored by Crowd Communications.
As a company of young professionals, Cryo Communications is proud to sponsor this segment. We specialize in helping businesses and organizations get the right message to the right audience, at the right time, and in the right way. To learn more about Cryo Communications and how they can help you with your communication needs, visit them at cryocommunications.com.
Welcome back to Business Forward. Again, we're here with Alice at the Candy Cottage, and we've made it our way into the production area. And as we mentioned, this is quite a state-of-the-art facility that you've moved into. We're standing beside a commercial refrigerator. I see preparation counters. Talk to me a little bit about what happens back here behind the retail space, which you can see right behind us. So customers can actually come in and kind of see what's going on back here, right?
Yeah, and we actually love that. It's nice and open and airy, and it's very clean looking. We've got a lot of the stainless steel, so we know that everything's crisp and clean and ready to go. We do love the fact that we can look out this window and see who's shopping, say hello.
Right.
And in turn, they can kind of look in and see, especially the little kids get really excited about seeing what's going on.
Absolutely.
So coming from the old building, which was just an old-fashioned kitchen, and moving into a place here where we have 3 to 5 workstations where we can actually do some work and not really get into each other's way, and plenty of storage space. We've got plenty of room for all of our candy molds and all of our ingredients, which is just fantastic, where you're not having to kind of juggle spaces all the time. So this room here is what we call our confectionery kitchen, and we do most of our handmade candies in this room, with the exception of when we're doing peanut brittle and things like that. We actually have one other kitchen, which is our roasting room.
Sure.
But so some of that's done in there, but all of the Buckeyes that we do, all of our holiday treats, all of the candy's done right in here, and then it goes right out there, so it's nice and fresh. So we love that, and we just absolutely love being in this big room.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, right now as we're sitting here, we're at Buckeyes are being made right in front of us here
every day
by your technicians back there, if you will. They look very professional and look like they're doing a good job for you. How many people do you have employed here?
Right now we have about 6, but usually during the holidays we're between 6 and 10, and they are very hardworking, and we would definitely not be where we were without them. They are just extremely talented. They work very hard, and the quality that is so important to us, they're just all on board with that. So it's really great to see. So we're really happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about, you mentioned the holidays. Obviously a big time for your company here, but your business is somewhat seasonal because people want to buy seasonally related candies and cookies.
Absolutely, sure. We're an everyday shop. You can come in and get candy anytime that you want to. You can get custom items every day, but there are definitely seasons that are bigger than others. And the November-December season is by far our busiest time. So what usually people do is they're going to come in here in around November, and they're going to be purchasing products that they can make candy at home.
Okay.
And a lot of times we'll do instruction on that. They're making gifts for family and friends. Then on the other end, we're actually starting to produce and get things ready for Thanksgiving. And big things are like our mint plates and our custom cookies, and we'll show you a few of those in a little bit. But and definitely with Christmas, we do a lot of corporate gifting. So I know we kind of talked about doing like the logos and things like that, as well as doing little towers and the baskets and gift baskets and chocolate boxes and things like that. So yeah, that is just going to be huge. And I'm so glad we did this now, because really starting next week, there probably won't be a lot of sleep.
Yeah, absolutely. I bet. Now you talked about, the corporate work and things like that. You showed me a little bit of technology earlier, and I know we'll take a look at it here real soon, but you actually have a kind of a computer program that scans an image in, and it can be produced into an edible kind of image, right?
Absolutely, yes. The edible image machine is from Bakery Crafts, and essentially you can take a JPEG or a GIF or some type of a picture and scan it in, and whether or not it's for a birthday cake or for cupcakes, or a lot of times what we do is put them on Oreo cookies or graham crackers, and it can be a picture of your child, or it can be a corporate logo. And so we do a lot of corporate logos.
Excellent. Aaron, you heard that here. Maybe a picture of me on my birthday cake next year. Would that be all right?
Great idea.
All right. I like that. They're also making, we see some turkeys here, little turkey cookies that are on the table. We've got folks making holiday leaf plates I see over here.
Yes.
So it's just a lot going on in terms of what you can do here. Talk to me a little bit about how much inventory do you have to keep on hand? How often there are shipments coming in? That'd probably be interesting to know.
Sure, absolutely. We typically have something coming in all the time. As the seasons change, we're always rotating different types of ingredients in. Sure. And obviously, like in the summertime, you're using your summer ingredients, and then during the fall, we're doing a lot of the peppermints and things like that. So especially this time of year, we usually get in, and you're probably going to laugh, probably a couple of ton of chocolate in.
A couple ton,
just usually in the November and December time frame. And that, again, is not only us using that, but a lot of our customers are going to come in. And we had a couple of ladies come in, and they bought 150 pounds and took it with them. And again, that's another reason why we really needed to move, because it was really difficult for them to carry 150 pounds out to, a remote area on Main Street.
Sure.
So now it's so much easier for them to get in. And I know we're not really talking about it, but it just brought me a thought. One of the big joys that we had when we first moved in was that we had so many customers that could no longer get in our building.
Oh, yeah.
And now that we've moved, we've had them in wheelchairs and walkers, and they have just the joy that they had just brought us joy too, and that's just been such a huge plus for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, from a corporate gift standpoint, we're that time of year, how soon or how early should people be calling about those?
The earlier the better, because unfortunately there does come a time when we have to actually turn away orders, because it's very important to us that we only accept what we know is going to be quality. So the earlier the better. However, I don't want to turn businesses away, so bring it on in.
Absolutely. Well, I know as we wrap up, we want to talk a little bit about just the store and the operation and hours and things like that, and how to get in touch with you and how to learn a little bit more about your business. So why don't we head out front, and we'll kind of close the show there.
All right, sounds great.
The Frank E. Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our 2 locations. 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster or 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Business Forward Ribbon Cuttings is brought to you by the Frankie Smith Funeral Home. Respect for tradition, regard for change. Locations in Lancaster and Baltimore. Visit them at their website at funeralhome.com.
Well, Alice, we're winding the show down here. Tell folks a little bit, remind them again as to the services and the products that you have here and when the best time to come see you is and how to get a hold of you.
Absolutely. We are open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 7, and we are closed on Sunday and Monday. If you want to get a hold of us, our phone number is 740-653-6842. We're also on Facebook under Candy Cottage, and our website is www.candycottageltd.com. Come in. We would love to see you. We would love to show you our new facility. We'd love for you to try some of our homemade candy. We do lots of samples. And if you're interested in doing candy at home, we would love to show you how to do that here. We are going to have some training classes next year. And if you're in for gifts, we do lots of different kinds of things. So we'd be happy to do candy boxes or towers, nut and candy rings, corporate gifts, and come on in and we can help you design something. We'd love to see you.
Excellent. Well, thanks for hosting us today. It's been a pleasure, and it's great to see your facility. It's been very interesting.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. All right, folks, that wraps up our show here. Again, you've been watching Business Forward, a production of Interface Video and the Chamber of Commerce. We thank you. Until next time.